Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today I have for you the Amazing American Circus. This game is amazing, as it says in the name. It's a roguelike deck builder and it's about doing a performance as a circus. And the thing I love about this game is that, you know, those people are always like, we shouldn't let our kids play video games, it just makes them violent and cruel and they should go play out with sticks outside instead. That is not what they say. But you know those people. Well, now you can be like, I don't know what kind of games you're playing, but I'm playing a game where I'm playing a circus and I'm not doing any violence with anyone. And that's a really fun thing about this game, is that they take like roguelike deck builder, which is a typically game with like monsters and, you know, you're using cards to sort of hit enemy monsters, things like that, and they turn it into a non-violent game with the same mechanics where you're actually like performing and you are, like, I guess, attacking the viewers, and that's essentially saying how good your performance is, and then the viewers sort of attack you by not liking your performance, and you have to handle your morale and etc. And it's a really great idea, and I love the kind of twist on the roguelike deck builders, and it's just a generally great game. So, let's go. Let's go make a circus. Alright, so first of all, oh, we can make a custom look. Oh, you can actually pick a custom picture for your look. That's actually kind of interesting. But my name, who is the maker of my circus? The maker of my circus is going to be Arcus. And he starts his very own circus. And we'll go to the prologue in the tutorial because it gives us a really nice cutscene and all that.
Look at my nephew. Grim as the Reaper. Got some bad news, he did. He hopped on a train cause, you see, his dad just kicked a bucket. His ma is, still mourning her husband, I suppose. I'm not too happy either. Arthur and I was brothers after all. His dear, dead daddy. The owner of the miserable Jones Circus. I bet young Jones has no plans to take over. But could there be a way to change his mind? I wonder.
The funeral is over. You get back into the house, or rather the ruined shed you used to call home. Uncle Jack abruptly sits down on an old squeaky chair and puts his lips in a cheeky manner.
And off he goes, the damn fool.
Well, I'm gonna be off then.
Hold your horses, boy. You gotta see what your old daddy left you first.
Jack, you don't need to.
But he's not listening to you. He goes outside and you follow with an exaggerated sigh. You already know what he's going to show you.
Your pa left you his circus.
You don't say.
We're very not excited about this. We did play this game, by the way, in a demo. So we saw some of the mechanics, so we're gonna go quickly to the tutorial if we can. The circus, as Jack called it, consists of a couple of rusty stands and an old ruined big top that has not been used in 20 years. Hard to believe that him and Uncle Jack used to be the most famous performers in America.
It's yours now, all that sad mess.
I don't want it. I got a train to catch, so if there's nothing else...
Not even gonna say hello to the troupe?
Ooh.
Remember, from the funeral?
Three very smelly and very ragged artists who look as if they had spent the last couple of years in the basement stare at you intensely with barely confined, disturbing excitement in their eyes.
Oh, and Grandma Betty's there. Try not to piss her off. And sweet Jimmy, the guy makes the best pink lemonade.
You greet them cautiously and then you spot your mother coming out of the house, pulling the black shawl tighter around her, and her stern grimace becomes somewhat softer as she gets closer.
Are you preparing a show to honor your father?
No?
Yes, that is exactly what he's doing.
I guess I am now.
Not. I'm leaving.
Come on, boy. Here's to watching your father and I. You must have picked up something.
You know this will be one big disaster, but hey, one quick show and they will leave you in peace. Right? Definitely not. By the way, Arcus is one of my patrons. This is who I am. Alright, so we've got our artist. And we're performing a show. Okay. We've got an audience and a cards. Each card has Vitality, which is essentially like energy that refreshes at the start of each turn. And there are different types of cards. Our goal is to impress the audience, so they have like a limit to how much we have to impress them, and then we bring them to a state of delight. Alright, every card has Vitality, that's very obvious. We are also gaining influence, which we can then use to play like a special activity, like a finale, which which has some special effect. Typically it can impress a random spectator or do something else, it depends what your thing is. Cards have effect that can be activated only in specific in circumstances. In order to find out the details of an effect, we can click on it with the middle click, yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna start by impressing this person, Uncle Jack, by stashing a dragon ball. So each card is specific to a certain character. So for example, that was for the juggler, but we can, for example, have Tiny Johnny, I think is his name, do something as well. Right, the cards go into discard pile. It's just like standard deck builder stuff. The new thing is essentially this sort of like a bar for the finales. And we have a focus of our artist, which is essentially like an HP. And we can get like something like essential like armor, which is like ignore. Which is like, I guess it's more like a shield because it disappears at the end of the turn than an armor. But like, you would know these things just under different names. So I can ignore, so you can see they're gonna hit me for 5 and I have ignore 7. So I'm essentially like defending. If our focus gets 0, one of their cards gets scrapped from the deck and then their focus is reset. So they don't like die or disappear from combat, essentially. They just lose a card. If you run out of all of the cards, you lost. They leave the combat then, and then if you lose all artists, you lose the game. And if we have to scrap his card, we can choose which one, which can be pretty cool. Alright. Seriously, throwing tomatoes? Come on, Uncle Jack, it's your farmer circus. Right, discard card reshuffles, but it has a cost, and it costs focus to all of the artists, so it's not great. Essentially, the game is trying to make sure that you do this fast and don't take too long. So we're gonna impress Jack again, get him to a state of delight. Right? And we've got our finale thing, so we can perform this, which is gonna impress 15 for a random spectator, which is our mother, and that's it. Very quick tutorial. I played this game before, okay, so. And even if you didn't play this game before, like if you played a roguelike deck builder, you will understand the mechanics. They're just clearly named a little differently because it's not combat. You clearly got... Oh, is it not doing a voiceover anymore? Did maybe I talked to the voiceover, so I'll do it myself. You clearly got some of that artist's blood in you, boy.
That was surprisingly good. And that reminds me.
Yeah, there was a letter.
Yes, from the Circus Association.
Addressed to your pa. There's gonna be a circus competition.
I mean, we're gonna do it anyway. Let's say sounds interesting.
Wait till you hear the best part. The winner gets $100,000.
Ooh.
100,000?
You fall silent. Start thinking. You always resented this weird hobby of your father. Whether it seems to bring him bad fortune than profit. And yet he'd always seemed determined to put you on this path, so much so that he always felt a deep need to resent it. Uncle Jack grins.
You'd obviously share the winnings with your poor uncle and widowed ma, wouldn't you?
Let's see, you got no woman waiting for you with a hot supper, no house, no job, because they just let you go. Together with a fair share of debts, $100,000 could solve most of these problems indeed.
You know a thing or two about a circus.
Yes, I do.
You sure do, and we need money.
Think about the show you just gave. You have to admit, it did feel kind of good to be on stage.
I'll do it. Why the hell not?
Yes, Circus, let's go.
Well, in that case...
Uncle hands you an old map of the states, all blurred and hard to read without magnifying glass.
This should help you on your travels. Use it when you're ready to leave. Good luck.
Good decision. You're not sure, but you're willing to take that gamble, you think?
Goodbye, son. I hope.
She halts, her voice quivers.
Never mind. Off you go then.
Alright. This is our map where you get to choose which cities you want to visit. Locations are separated by roadways. One trip can consist of up to 3 roadways. You can uncover new cities and quest location with the magnifying glass. Remember though that you need to pay with cash for each use. So we are going to start as Seattle, with Seattle. Okay. Alright. Timber calls Seattle. Timber being its main resource, but there are also other calls in the city, much less proud, much less noble. It seems no place is free of social tension. Still, the city akin to a phoenix rose back after the Great Seattle Fire. It will surely rise from the cinder of civic unrest as well. Right. Our artists have to eat. I know, big surprise. Before venturing further, you gotta have provisions. Number of cities you pass by during the journey determines the number of required meals. And here we have available dishes. The food you choose impacts your artist. This is represented by these 3 parameters. If they're high enough, they unlock positive effects boons. If they reach a low bar, we get flaws. Here you can find out how specific types of dishes impact the parameters. Choose a dish and drag it onto a available slot. So we only have a boiled potatoes option. So we're gonna pick this. It will lower nutrition, increase health, and lower satisfaction. Alright. This will travel. Travel to Seattle.
So my nephew packed up Arthur's circus and off he went. I'll be mighty surprised if it all doesn't turn out all right. His father was big in America once. Oh, we both were. The adventure of a lifetime awaits young Mr. Jones and his crazy troop. God, to be young again. Anything can happen in the Wild West, but I'm sure he'll be just fine. The path to becoming the greatest American showman is going to be quite challenging.
I'm so excited for this game, guys. This game is so good.
We're your employees now, huh?
Huh?
Looks like it.
How does it look like it answered the barrier employees?
Oh, this is going to be good. We knew your father well.
Sorry, she said we are your employees, not where. Sorry, that's on me, sorry.
Hey,
Huh?
I'm coming with you.
Just finished setting up the big top for the first time as Uncle Jack rides up to you, leaving euphorically. He dismounts and tries to catch his breath as he stumbles towards you.
It's that old drunk again.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah, come
I
on.
knew it.
See? We think alike already. Oh, and the name of our circus?
Our?
Was thinking about it the whole way. And I found it. Jones and Jones Circus, you know? Seeing as we both are Joneses and your pa was named Jones.
I mean, I didn't need the explanation, that was fairly obvious.
Yeah, I think I get it. But hold on a minute.
It's settled then. You won't get rid of me easily, boy. I know how to make all this work.
See, Jimmy sends you a knowing look.
That man is hard to argue with. I can tell you that. Better just accept it and move on.
Your uncle makes himself at home and takes a seat in front of your cart. Jones and Jones Circus it is then. Do I not get to change the name? Okay, I guess not. Alright, so here we are. In the Wild West. So we can go to the big top. And here we can plan our shows. So we pick our artists. Then we've got a Misfits. Misfits are something that are played. They can activate a special effect at the beginning of an assigned act. So the number of Misfits slots in the circus post infers to me how many acts are there in the show. And then we can activate that to get a bonus. Alright. Alright. So we can put a clown here, strongman, and a juggler. Our big finale, we can pick a big finale. Okay, so we're just gonna pick a misfit. And big finale is going to be unicycle on a tightrope. Yeah, just one slot for Misfits, so presumably just one act. I think we can set up tickets as well. So the way the tickets work is that we get the expected revenue of 500 here. If we pay for posters, the expected revenue is 600. But we can increase this, which means that we will get something in this value. So for example, instead of just getting 60, we could get something from 450 to 750. Something there. How much you get depends on how well you do. For example, if you lose an artist, we get the much lower value, but if we do well, we'll get the better value. So let's just go straight up, start the show, so that we can begin. So we have these two miners that we gotta work on. Oh, I didn't check what my misfit does, but I think... No, doesn't matter. We'll check it later. So unstash all juggling balls, impress 4 for each ball removed. So this would be useful if we had any sort of juggling balls ready, but we don't. Got an effect here. I'll actually say what that does. Okay, we can impress. Alright, so what we could do is we could start with Teeth Lift, which would ignore, which would focus all the attacks on Tiny Johnny here. But it would give him a block of 6, so he wouldn't take any damage from this miner. So I think we're gonna play that. This, I believe, sort of like decreases what he does. So like the effect, for example, he's impress 4, it's gonna be like impress 2 only next turn. Then we can just do impress 3 and extra sneering stash -2. So that means that they will, I think when they try to sort of sneer at us next time, it's gonna have a bit of a lower effect, so let's do that. Yeah, so this is essentially like lowering their strength, so now their attack is 0 times 5. We're just gonna end our turn and go. And you can see that the effect he does is kind of lowered now. Alright, what we could do, we could draw one chosen card from the deck, we could ignore 5 and stash a juggling ball, which is going to be useful for some effects later on. We can just go and impress things. They're hitting for 5 Tiny Johnny here. Tiny Johnny could use some defense. But he doesn't really have anything to defend it. So we're just going to start by impressing this one. And get ourselves a juggling ball. Extra ignore stash 3. Increases the ignore effect of each played artist card. Guess I could play that on him. But I would have to make him play an ignore card to activate, and I don't have an ignore card. Actually, I can play this to Nami, so let's do that. So now he has ignore 8, and we get a new juggling ball for our juggler here. Which is going to be great for us. We still have 1 vitality, so we could shuffle our hand into the deck and draw 1 card for each shuffled card, or draw 1 chosen card from the deck. Let's just draw 1 chosen card from the deck, I guess. Though we could get extra hands to draw 1, but we don't have any energy, so I don't think if the drawing really matters. What does extra hands do? Doubles the impress value of the next play cards. Does that apply for next turn? I think it does. So just gonna end this, and then next turn we can get like a double impress value essentially. Ooh, is everybody gonna lose 5 focus because of the shuffle? Alright, but impress 4 should now be impress 8. So we finish this miner. Alright, what else can we do? We can get ignore 7, I don't really need that. Let's me get an extra vitality. And I can draw 3 cards, so now I have 3 vitality. And I can impress this guy for 2. He's not attacking me, so I don't really need to defend. Now I could use the draw 1 chosen card to play, to get something with high like impression. Yeah, let's do that. I think this guy impresses the best. Unstash? No. Impress 3, let's do that. I'm gonna draw 1 more card, maybe from this person, and hope that I get something with impress. But we can now use our finale effect to finish the miner off. Didn't get any impressing there though, but still. Alright, we won. Let's see what kind of rewards we get. Finish our first show. We can, our artists get experience points. We can level them to unlock new cards or improve the ones we have. They also might get boons and flaws or special cards like gift and hoaxes after the show. We can find out how profitable our show was. Keep in mind that losing artists is going to lower our profitability. So we've got 686, so it was a good thing that we increased that spread, because otherwise we'd just get 600. And we've got a new card. Oh, we've got a hoax. Extra ignore stash -3 and vanish. Show what vanish does. It's gonna be interesting. Why does... So this is... So both of these lower the sneering of the enemy, but this one actually makes me lose my finale, like finale points. The ones that I used to get that extra finale effect. And this costs me energy while this doesn't. So this is definitely a good card. This is not so much, but it can still be useful. Like the, yeah, like the lowering the sneering. Oh no, this is just lowering it. So this is just generally a bad card. It costs me energy, I'm losing my ignore and etc. This is a really good card because it lowers enemy sneering by a lot and it's free. So it's amazing.
You know what? I think we'll do fine. With the circus, I mean.
Well, a bit early to say.
I bet you we're gonna get recognizable in no time. Put up a show in front of Buffalo Bill himself one day.
Joking.
You're joking. When was the last time you wasn't drunk and actually looked at our circus?
Bill's gonna take part in the tournament for sure. Challenging him, proving we are better, it would ease our chances.
Jack, you're delusional.
Don't underestimate me, kid. I used to be a tightrope Jackie. Think big.
Tightrope Jackie. Alright, let's go to our wagon. In Ringmaster Wagon, we have our personal quarters where we can manage the whole circus. All your wagons are listed here, selecting one person's upgrade options. Here are upgrades available for the selected wagons. If you upgrade a wagon, it will increase the cost of all future upgrades. So I could upgrades to increase my chance of getting gifts during show, lower my chance of getting hoaxes, and get a cheaper healing. Lower the prices of destroying negative effects you put on your artist. Ooh. So this is actually a training wagon. I do like this. We can try to train our people. So let's actually first go to the training wagon. And then... Where is it? Here. Alright, we can improve our artist abilities. Remember though that only employees that are experienced enough can train. You will find them at top of the list. Okay, so I don't know if you have the experience to train actually. During training we can choose between new cards and upgrading existing one. And we can re-roll the options. Oh yeah, so we can't train yet. Okay. What happens in the artist wagon? Managing our troop. We can modify their deck of cards. You can have up to 5 cards in there, but there are exceptions when the number can be higher or lower. Oh, it actually seems like the gifts go there automatically, I guess. Yeah, so the gift goes there automatically. I don't need to change the deck of cards because it's just... I didn't really affect it, I just got it. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, so unfortunately we do get this bad card here in the list, but that's okay. Next, we have a voodoo wagon. You can manage quirks. Interesting. Here's the list of your quirks. Check the description to see what they do. Select a quirk and decide what to do with it. Click here if you wish to remove it. If you don't want to lose it, lock it. There's also an option to copy the selected quirk and give it to another artist. In order to do that, click on the copy button. We have no quirks yet, so let's hope we gain some. That sounds pretty fun. Cookhouse, just to feed our people. We already, I think, read about this a little bit, so... Oh, we can actually straight up cook stuff here. That's actually kind of cool. So we could cook, like, boiled potatoes or something. Buy them, cook it. And we can feed them with this. In the Bizarre Bazaar, we can find misfits. by completing quests and etc. So currently we have beginning of the act, extra, and press #3 for random artist. Ringmaster Wagon is the upgrade, and then we've got our journal and our show. Alright, so we gotta collect our fames. Alright, well, I think we're actually gonna end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, write down in the comments, and you can click on the right to watch some other games we play on this channel. I'll see you there. Bye bye!